Madagascar's military says it is in control of the country after the president, Andry Rajoelina, was impeached while in hiding. Media reports say he has fled the country. This after a powerful military unit joined anti-government protests, which were sparked by high unemployment and corruption allegations. Army Colonel Michael Randrianirina is expected to be sworn in as president in the coming days.
Drama and celebration in Madagascar at the impeachment of President Andry Rajoelina. Protesters in this northern town and across the country had been demanding his resignation for weeks. But they had a warning for his replacement.
It feels like we've just been released from prison. We know all the harm he has done. I'm truly relieved that Andry Rajoelina is no longer in power. This is also a message to his successor. Learn from this and don't make the same mistakes.
Moments later, outside the presidential palace in the capital Antananarivo, soldiers from the elite Capsat army unit left no doubt who was in charge now.
We have taken power from today, and we have dissolved the Senate.
The army also scrapped the top courts and electoral commission, and they set out a plan for what happens next.
What we will do is set up a committee or a council. This council will be composed of army officers, gendarmerie officers. I don't know. Maybe in time there will be senior civilian advisors in it.
The soldiers promise new elections within 2 years at least. The protesters shout, "Thank you, Colonel." The soldiers changed sides over the weekend and threw their support behind the Generation Z protesters. This youth-led movement had taken to the streets in frustration over water and power shortages weeks ago, and the demonstrations grew into unrest over corruption and poverty. But Madagascar's power struggle is not over yet. The president is in hiding, but insists he is still in power, and his office made a statement calling the coup a serious breach of the law. The United Nations says it's concerned about any unconstitutional change of power. It urged parties to work together towards a peaceful solution.
Let's get more with Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Gaelle Borgia. She's in Madagascar's capital, Antananarivo. Thanks so much for joining us, Gaelle. So Colonel Michael Randrianirina, he's the head of the military unit that's taken control of Madagascar, and we're hearing he's going to be sworn in as president in the coming days. What can you tell us about him and his military unit?
Colonel Michael Randrianirina is a 51-year-old officer. He is not a very well-known personality here in Madagascar. He's known for being sentenced 2 years ago for attempting a coup. This marked a difficult moment in his career. So he's not close at all to President Rajoelina. He has difficulties in his career during Andry Rajoelina's mandate. And since the Gen Z movement began, he became the leader of the military mutiny. And he is the one who always talks during the public events. He talks to the press. So he's the figure of the army mutiny.
So he's playing a leading role in what's happening here. I'm just looking at the scenes behind you. A lot of people behind you. Can you tell us more about the situation on the streets of the capital right now?
Yeah, the atmosphere has changed since the protests are no longer repressed. You can see behind me there's a lot of people gathering on the 13 May square, this symbolic protests place. There are people drinking, having fun. So it's a celebration time at the moment because people are able to express themselves freely. The police is no longer doing anything. So it's a very different atmosphere. So it looks like a concert. So you have artists performing on stage and civil unions, students, professors, teachers can go on stage and tell about their demands. So everyone is free to express their demands whole day. And there are also performance and music on stage.
So is this celebratory atmosphere to do with the fact that they feel that the president, Andry Rajoelina, who is in hiding, that he's basically out of the picture? I mean, he insists he's still in charge, but do people now feel that they're not going to see him again, that he's gone?
Yes, it's a hope. People hope that he will definitely be no longer in charge. But it's a complex situation because he doesn't admit it. He said in a statement today that he is still in charge, that he's still the president of the country, and he accuses the CAPSAT military unit of doing a coup. So this is becoming a legal debate now because the High Constitutional Court said that President Rajoelina could no longer be in charge because he's not in the country. So they gave the power to Colonel Michael Randrianirina. But Rajoelina is saying that this High Constitutional Court decision is not legal. So we don't know what's going to happen next. African Union representatives, SADC representatives are supposed to come to Madagascar to organize a mediation. The military said that they're going to suspend almost all the institutions, the Electoral Commission, the Senate, the High Court of Justice. So they want a radical change. They are supposed to nominate a new prime minister. So there's going to be a new government. So everything will change. So we don't know if they will be able to do it or if President Rajoelina will be able to fight this, to win this legal fight, if I may say.
We hear that the military has already set out a 2-year timetable for new elections in Madagascar. Can you talk us through those plans? How does the army, want to involve the Gen Z protesters who've been leading these demonstrations?
It's very difficult to tell what the Gen Z role will be. They are in touch with the military, with the CAPSAT leaders. They are trying to organize themselves to have a role in this future, in those future institutions. Colonel Michael Randrianirina said there will be a referendum in 2 years' time from now. But according to a High Constitutional Court decision, he has to organize an election within 60 days, which is very short. So in the moment, we're in the middle of a confusion. Mm-hmm. We don't know how legally all those institutions, this transition government, this transition defense and National Defense Council will be set up. So it's very difficult to anticipate what's going to happen next, really.
Gaelle Borgia reporting from Antananarivo. Gaelle, thank you so much for bringing us up to date there. We appreciate it.
Thank you.